be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if I go on, give it your all tonight? You can say anything you comprehend where I went wrong and letting you sink in. Could I believe how you deceive? You be you doesn't mean that I should leave. You let me go and never know how anyone could get this low. Can replace all the words unspoken. Too late to turn back now. I only see the world is broken, but I can only wish you well. When I am the one you ever abandoned, and I'm not about to let myself come undone. I can never cry from the way I stand up tall, let it all drift away, remembering the best in me. How can I live, be able to forget?
Welcome back to WestCuba_TV, getting ready to kick off the National Dirt Racing Association, the afternoon Dirt Late Model League here at Lernerville Speedway, the only speedway here on iRacing.com with no outside wall. Do not hang that right rear cushion off of the berm there. It will draw a complete disaster. 2-minute qualifying, that's all these drivers get. Lucas Ruark is up there on the top of the charts with Jonathan Byram. Right there behind him, Dylan Perry, Stephen Brady, and then you have Dennis Gardner rounding out the top 5. Checkered flag waves. And we're going to get ready to rock and roll with the heat races. A little bit of race info up there on your screen. Lernerville Speedway, track length 0.37 miles. That's all this place is. Temperature 68 degrees, 42% humidity here this afternoon. Point standings coming to an end for the National Dirt Racing Association. Here is the point standings. Dylan Perry is leading the championship points. Ethan P2, Ryan, 3rd place. Cannon 4th, Nathan 5th, Brooks 6th, Bob, and then you have Lucas Ruark rounding out the top 8. "13 drivers in this heat race. Top 4 are going to advance. Outside shot here at Lernerville, one of the coolest racetracks. And here's going to be the grid for heat race number 1. Lucas Ruark, he'll be starting on pole with Dylan Perry to the outside. You have Dennis Gardner, he'll be starting there in that 3rd spot with John Derby to his outside. Make up the 3rd row, that's going to be Joshua and Robert. 4th row, give that to Nathan and Bob Klein. Davin's going to make up the 5th row with Michael to his outside. You have Blake starting at P11, then Carson Ruark back there in the 12th spot. 13th place, rounding out this heat race number 1. Top 4 drivers advance. That's going to be Matthew Burkett, the 06 driver out of Carolina. Lights on, the pace truck is off. He pulls off the speedway. These drivers side by side. Wheel to wheel. And let's do a little bit of shimmy shiving down to turn 1 for some afternoon dirt late model action. Little mishap coming out of turn 2. Caution already waving. Everyone have to slow up all that horsepower. And we're going to have to restack them and repack them. So caution on lap number 1. Here it is. Here's what happened. I got Davin and Joshua being shown red up on the program. 3 wide coming across the race line. And I don't know. Don't know if that's what caused the caution. Number 11 car. Watch this driver out of Florida. There you go. There you have it. Nathan Reese gets to the back of it. Caution laps will not count. Race controller, he wanted a single file restart, so that's what he's going to get. Lucas Ruark, Dylan Perry, Dennis Garner, John Derby, and Robert Tucker rounding out the top 5. You have Nathan Reese back in P6, Bob Klein 7th. You have Davin, Michael, and Blake rounding out the top 10. Going to try this one more time. Try this once again. Lucas Ruark steps on the loud pedal, and here we go. Caution back. Caution back out quite early. They even make it down into turn 1 this time. And caution is going to wave. 5-minute limit is all these heat races get. And I believe they may expire on time here. Everyone has to slow up, wait for the pace truck to go by. There goes the pace truck. Everyone else who's going to start rolling on by now. So a very, very rough start for the National Dirt Racing Association. Heat race number 1. Back-to-back cautions quite early as everyone tries to slip and slide down into turn at number 1. Chance has followed. Much appreciated, Chance. Troy Rice has liked the stream. Terry Johnson has liked it as well. Much appreciated. 8 laps was supposed to be the scheduled distance and/or 5 minutes. Lights on the pace truck should be off this time by. We'll be going green flag racing this time by. Outside shot of the raceway. Lucas Ruark. Lights on the pace truck are back on. Now the lights on the pace truck are off. So we will be going green flag racing this time. Lucas Ruark, Dylan Perry, Dennis Garner, and John Darby. Still the top 5. Robert Tucker, Nathan Reese, Bob Klein. You have Joshua. You have Michael, Carson, Matthew, then Blake. Rounding out the 13-car field. Single file restart. Lucas Ruark back on the gas pedal. Here we go. I mean, these guys were almost 4 wide coming across the race line. Back here for 8th place. Here we go. 3 wide coming off of turn 2. 25 machine. That's going to be Dennis Garner and John Derby. They're wrecking already in turn 3. That's going to be another caution flag back out. Almost completed one lap. So I believe the checker flag is going to be waving up on time. And heat race number 1 will most likely be over. And there it is. Checker flag waves due to time. Heat race number 1 did not get 1 lap completed. Heat race number 2 out there on the grid now. They're going to try to put on a little bit better of a show. A 12-car field for heat race number 2. And here's going to be the starting grid for the National Dirt Racing Association. Jonathan Byram, he'll be up there on the top spot. The number 54 machine driving out of Carolina. You have Stephen Brady, To the outside of him, the 00 machine. He's from the Mid-South. He'll be starting there in P2. Connor with Mecha Motorsports. Number 64, he'll be starting in third with Ethan to the outside of him. Making up the third row, give that to Cannon and then Gavin. Colson and then Donnie will making up row number 5. Courtney will be starting there in the 9th spot with Jacob Jones. Then the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State. The number 27 machine rounding out the top 10. Austin Hines, P11, then Tyler Hagwood. Driver out of Carolina as well, the 02 machine. Back there in the 12th spot, and that is going to be it. 13 cars in heat race number 1, only 12 cars in heat race number 2. So they're going to bunch them back up here. Stack them up, pack them up. 8 laps around Lernerville. Jonathan, the 54 machine, the all-white chrome red. They're on that dirt late model of his. The 00 machine of Stephen Brady. Got the white and green look going on. The 64 machine of Connor. The all-white and purple. Then you have the number 17 machine of Ethan. They're on the outside with the all-blue. Green flag, here we go. Lernerville Speedway. Man, this is going to be a long night of racing if this continues. You have Donnie flipped over on his hood here on the front stretch. Oh, barely made it across the line. Caution is already going to wave here for heat race number 2. Does anyone try to flip him over? Nah. He'll have to grab the toe. He'll have to sit there for a couple minutes, and his heat race is going to come to an end quite early. Austin Hines did not get the race start, neither did Tyler Hagwood. So only a 10-car field. Might as well make it 9 now. Cannon rocking the old white and a little bit of anime there on the front hood of his. A 23 machine of Colson. Running the red, yellow, and white scheme. Jacob Jones from the great state of Texas, the home of the Buckies. The Lone Star State, the state that should probably be its own country at this point. The number 27, rocking the orange and purple. CFM there on the front fender. Courtney Newby. Just going with the all purple and white look. A little bit of damage it looks like there on the rear deck lid. Ethan, he already lost 4 spots. The guy that started on the outside of the second row. He's already back here in the 8th place after that accident. Gavin Garner is back in 9th place, and then Donnie is still in pit road. Single file restart for the race field. Caution lights off. Here we go. Back under green flag racing. Trying to make a lap still. Everybody looking clean down the backstretch now. Cannon to the outside of the 64. They make contact into 3. The 23 machine trying to stick his nose up in there, and we have made a lap. Heat race number 2 is off underway and to a hot start. Jonathan Byram slowly skipping away from the race field. Now Stephen Brady, he jumps into P2 now, tries to put that right rear tire next to the outside cushion. 3rd place, Cannon, Connor, Colson, they're all battling for that 3rd spot. Top 4 drivers advance straight to the Mac Daddy show. The 23 machine of Colson just absolutely doored the 64 of Connor. Was able to get his spot back though. So Connor, Mecha Motorsports driver, he is inside the transfer spot as of right now. Stephen Brady down to the bottom side. He's still battling out with Cannon there to the outside part of the raceway. So we work lap 5 of 8, 3 minutes and 12 seconds. 5 minutes is the time limit. Jonathan Byram leading another lap there. The number 54 machine does have lap traffic there, right there in front of him. That's going to be the I believe the 19 machine of Donnie. Everyone kind of single filed out as of right now. Is set for back here. The 118 of Courtney tries to go right across the nose of Ethan. That didn't work. You have two cars flipping. And with only 2 laps to go, the yellow flag is not going to wave. Yellow flag is not going to wave. They're going to keep the green flag out. Now the white flag is out. So one more time around Lernerville Speedway. Top 4 drivers advance. Gavin Gardner does have this last transfer spot. Don't know what happened to Connor, Ethan, Courtney, Donnie, and Jacob are out of this race. So there's only 5 drivers left out there on the raceway. Jonathan Bynum is going to pick up the race win. Then you have Cannon, Colson, and then Gavin, top 4. Stephen Brady rounding out the top 5. So another crazy heat race. Lernerville Speedway still plenty of grip out there. They did lay down a pretty good amount of practice laps, but after that, that's all they've really done there. So the Constellation race is up. They do have a 5-minute time limit. A 5-minute window here for the Constellation race. The top 12 drivers will advance and continue on their night to the A main show. 13th on back. They will end their night. In their afternoon. So here's the race grid. Bob Klein with Hood Up Motorsports, the number 24 machine. He'll be on pole with Stephen Brady to the outside of him. Joshua, driver out of Florida, he'll be starting in P3, and then P4 is going to be Connor with Mecca Motorsports, the number 64 machine. Starting there in the 5th spot, give that to Michael, the 007 machine. Ethan there in 6th place. Carson Ruark 7th. Courtney Newby 8th place. Matthew 9th. Donnie 10th place. Blake will be starting back in 11th, and then Jacob Jones from the great state of Texas will be starting up in that 12th spot. 13th, give that to John Darby, the Hood Up Motorsports driver. Austin Hines, 14th. Robert Tucker, Tyler, and then Davin making up that final and last row. Green flags out. Caution. They almost made it out at turn 2 that time. One guy off the racetrack, another guy trying to catch up back to the race field. So as everyone waits for the pace truck to go by once again, here we go with the replay. And there you have it. One more time. Don't know if he hit the grass or he hit the brakes. Locked him up. Got in a little too hot there. Locked up the brakes to make sure he doesn't hit the guy right there in front of him. So Bob Klein's still going to be a race leader. Stephen Brady. Joshua P3, Connor P4, Ethan P5. Bob Klein, our race leader, he is sitting 7th in the championship points right now. The average start is 7th. Average finish is 5th place. Has yet to grab a win in the National Dirt Racing Association. Green flag back out, and here we go. Green flag wait for Bob Klein. He's ripping right there in the middle part of the racetrack, and it is a rat's nest behind him. Everyone jockeying for positions. 11 car. He's going to sneak up to that second spot. You have Connor. My apologies. You have Connor back here in third place. Stephen Brady fourth. Then you have side-by-side battle back here. Ethan to the outside of the 05 of Carson Ruark. Ruark trying to get that dirt late model turn. Almost could not. So he's going to lose a couple positions, and Ethan's just going to absolutely demolish the outside wall. He tried to knock it down. Now he's going to work the outside of Carson Ruark. Ruark not giving him much room. Almost pushes him right off the race edge. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4 now. 05 machine of Carson Ruark. He's moved up 1 spot. Donnie, he's moved up 5 spots. Here in the Mac Daddy Show, they're in the number 19 machine. Donnie did not have the best of heat races as he got flipped upside down on lap number 1. Carson Ruark right all over his back bumper. He's going to try to thread the needle to the outside. Move Carson Ruark up to the 4th spot up to the 5th spot as of right now, but he's not done yet. Donnie's still trying to fight hard down to the bottom side. They wheel and deal down into turns 3 and 4. Ruark still trying to hang tight and out there on the high side, and he's finally going to make the pass on Donnie, the number 19 machine. Connor's up to 3rd place now, the number 64 machine, as they were going to wheel and deal once again down turns 3 and 4. Joshua tries to work the high side part of the raceway. White flag is going to wave out there on the race field. 3 minutes and 54 seconds is a time as of right now. Bob Klein, race leader. Joshua P2. Connor back in 3rd spot. Last time in turns 3 and 4. Those drivers are going to come home single file. Everybody else trying to come home as best they possibly can. The 12th place finisher, this driver right here. Some way, somehow, Michael, the 007 machine, is going to make it into the A main show. Second to last race, Latemodels round 7 out of an 8-round league. Next up is going to be Chili Bowl, 125 lap A main event on the 29th. Next Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central here on WhisGlobal_TV. Last week they were at the dirt track at Charlotte, then Cedar Lake, Volusia, Lanier. Championship point standings, Dylan Perry, Ethan, Ryan, Cannon, and Nathan. They're going to be the top 5. Dylan Perry does have 3 wins up on the season. Ryan Underwood only has 1 win. He's sitting there in 3rd place. But the guy that's sitting in 2nd place of Ethan, he has 0 wins. But his average finish is 5th place. The other guy that has a win is Lucas Ruark. He's back there in the 8th spot in the championship points. He has 1. Average start has 4th place, and average finish is 10th. Average finish not the highest that it could be. That could be hurting him here in the points standings. Ryan Underwood, though, average finish is 2nd place, and he's being shown in 3rd in the points. As warm-up is underway, Colson's going to be up on the top of the charts as of right now. They're in the number 23 machine. You have Blake and P2, Lucas Ruark, Carson Ruark. That's going to round out the top 5, and there it goes. Dylan Perry to the top of the charts. They're in the number 7 machine. Look at the quickest times out there. And there we go. Lucas Ruark to the top of the charts. 16.070 right when the checker flag waves. But look at Dylan. Dylan's lap time was a 105. The guy right behind him was a 106. So very close lap times out there. As drivers try to shake off the nerves, they get ready to rock and roll for the A main show. Only a 20-car A main field here tonight. Lernerville Speedway. Season coming to an end. Only one more race after this. You haven't got a dub yet. Tonight could be your night. 20-car Mac Daddy show. Here we go for the grid. The man that's going to be starting on pole, driver out of Georgia, the number 5 machine of Lucas Ruark. You have Jonathan Byram, driver out of Carolina, the number 54. He'll be starting to the outside. Dylan Perry, 3-time winner for the National Dirt Racing Association. CBR Racing, the number 7 machine. He'll be starting there in the 3rd spot of Dylan Perry. Cannon will be starting there in 4th, and Dennis will be starting in P5. Colson, P6. Nathan, 7th place, and Gavin there in the 8th place spot. Bob Klein, 9th, and then Joshua rounding out the top 10. You have Connor, the number 64 machine with Mecha Motorsports. He'll be starting there in the 11th spot with Carson Ruark. The 05 machine driver out of Georgia will be making up that 12th spot. 13th spot, give that to Stephen Brady, the 00 machine with Donnie to the outside. Robert Tucker, P15. Blake will be starting at 16th spot. Ethan, 17th. John Derby, 18th. Matthew, then Michael, rounding out the race field. It's time to go A-main racing for 75 laps around the Lernerville Speedway. No outside wall to catch you. So do not get pushed off the raceway and do not hang that right rear tire off. As they will throw the manual caution and get stuff set up, get the lineup set up just right. Pace truck is off. And green flag is out. I believe we should be having a yellow here now. Thought I seen one guy started flipping, and there we go. We do. Caution is going to wave on lap 3. Lucas Ruark led all 3 of those laps. Caution is out on the speedway. John Darby, Stephen Brady. Oh my goodness, huge pile up there in front of them. Everybody almost kept it straight, but then John had absolutely nowhere to go. Thought he was clear. Single file restart for the race field. Lineup as of right now: Lucas, Jonathan, Cannon, Dennis, and then Colson rounding out the top 5. Nathan Reese, Bob Klein, Blake, Connor, Gavin rounding out the top 10. Only 3 laps in. Still a long race to go. This track gets extremely dusty. Very hard to see that outside cushion line. We'll see how all the dominoes falls now as these drivers start getting stacked up and packed up. Wheel to wheel, side, door to door, wheel to wheel. Pace truck going in this time. Lucas Ruart. Gonna be our race starter. Jonathan Byram to the outside. Green flag. Here we go. Nathan Rees tries to work down to the bottom side of Colson there. And the 23 machine. Will he be able to do it? No. Colson works to the outside of Cannon now. Two last names battling out there for that third spot. Colson's going to get the best of him as of right now as he puts his sights there on Jonathan Byram there in the number 54 machine. Jonathan had a very strong heat race as he works second place now. Absolute rat's nest back here. 3 wide action. Yellow flag is going to wave after we ran another 3 laps. Second caution here in the Mac Daddy Show is out. I don't know exactly where the caution came from, but I do want to show this though. I'm pretty sure I seen someone flip it into the pit road. So yeah, I don't know exactly where the caution came from. Here's the outside shot of the raceway. So back to live mode, back to race mode. Outside groove is usually where you want to be here at Lernerville Speedway. And this track, it looks like it's already slicked up quite good now. Very early on. Will anyone try to work the bottom side part of the raceway? Track is very dusty and very bumpy. They're on the front stretch. This is where most of those bumps are. Everyone else just tries to put that right rear tire next to the outside cushion and hopefully it sticks. Pace truck goes in this time. We'll be going green flag racing with Lucas Ruark and Jonathan Byram front row. Green flag. '23 machine of Colson going to do a slide job out to the outside cushion, and we have a 3-wide horse race for the race lead. Jonathan Byram, he may try to steal the race lead now as he tries to slide it up next to the outside cushion. He's going to do it, and we have absolute chaos back here. And just a parking lot of cars. We have 4, 5, 7, 9 cars flipping upside down there on the front straightaway. And the yellow flag is going to wave as most of the field got taken out there. I got the replay right here. Hard racing for the race lead very early on. Trying to get a 2-for-1 dinner deal with a big-time slide job. He got it. Just lost all the momentum coming off the corner, though. So the 7 and the 23, they made a little contact. 23 machine of Cannon goes up the racetrack. And the 7 almost gets turned there. And look at Cannon, still all the way up there onto the outside cushion, trying to wheel that thing off. And then Nathan Rees, everybody just all came together. So 2 last names. Cochran, upside down there on the front straightaway. Boys up in the chopper mode, these guys never lie. 23 machine halfway off the racetrack. The 33 gets into the corner panel of Nathan Reese. Nathan Reese gets turned up the racetrack. And then absolute chaos from here. So back to live mode, back to race mode, and we are under racing conditions now. So Jonathan Byram, Lucas Ruark, you have Nathan Reese in third spot. Blake in P, almost tries to make it P3. Now he does make it P3, so move Blake up to third spot. Nathan fourth, Dylan Perry, Donnie, Robert Tucker, John Derby, Ethan, Dennis, and then Gavin Gardner rounding out the top 10. Dennis Gardner rounding out the top 10. So race for the lead is starting to heat up now. Jonathan Byram had the race lead come off at turn 2 as the fourth yellow is going to wave on lap number 11. We'll see what happened. Colson pulls right out into the race field. Pulls right out into the race field, and he gets bumped. Yellow flag. I'm getting a vibe that season's coming to an end here for the National Dirt Racing Association. It's only this race and one more is left. A lot of drivers don't have a win, and I think the caring is going out the race window now. I think it's just full throttle, elbows out racing, and don't care. 4 cautions, only 12 laps. We're 9 minutes and 32 seconds into it. Heat race 1 did not even complete 1 lap. Heat race 2, a little bit better. Blake's moved up 13 spots under the number 21 machine, number 5 there on the training paints, back under green flag conditions. So watch out for the number 5 machine, see what type of speed this driver has. And inside the cockpit mode, Lucas Ruark and Jonathan Byram still 1-2. Big time slide job for the race lead. Tries to park it on the 54's nose. Crossover by by Jonathan Byram. Number 7 car blinks in and out for a slight bit. And number 7 machine tries to get to the back bumper. Almost spins himself out. Now Blake and Lucas are going to go to absolute war with each other. And man, Lucas Ruark is doing a very good job of sliding that dirt late model right onto people's front nose and absolutely parking it there. So best seat in the house was Blake, but now he has Dylan Perry, the 3-time race winner, down to the bottom side. Will he try to split the gap right in between them? Yes, he will. So move Dylan up to 3rd spot, but Blake is going to try to work the bottom side one more time in turns 3 and 4. Not quite. He's going to lose a little bit of slip of the grip there. Now he's going to fall back to 4th spot. So Dylan Perry, Lucas Ruark, and then Jonathan Byram. That's going to be your top 3. Donnie's rounding out P5. Nathan Reese, what a crazy night this driver has had. He's back in 6th place. John Derby, Robert Tucker, Ethan, then Carson Ruark rounding out the top 10. Back up front we go, though. Nose to tail down the back straightaway as they wheel and deal down in turns number 3 and 4. They cheat the entry a slight bit and slide it next to the outside cushion. Down the front straightaway, clicking off another lap. Working lap 18 of 75. 11 minutes and 43 seconds into this Mac Daddy show. Luke is going to look down to the bottom side this time. He's not clear, so he's going to have to check out of it. But here comes Dylan Perry now down up there on the high side. I thought Perry was going to try to thread the needle there from the inside car to the outside wall, but he didn't. He thought better of it. He had to check out of it. But Dylan Perry slowly moving that machine up into the race. Side-by-side battle back here. Nathan Reese looks down to the bottom side of the 21 machine of Donnie, but couldn't make nothing happen. But watch out for Robert Tucker back there in 7th place. Robert Tucker, don't jump the cushion, Robert. Thought he was about to go over the edge there. That's why I'm up here and he's down there. Coming across the line. We're on lap 21 and 75. On board with Tucker. Sitting there in the 7th spot. He's moved up 8 spots here in the Mac Daddy Show. John Derby right behind him. Then you have a small gap back to Carson Ruark. Then Connor rounding out the top 10. Everybody working the outside part of the racetrack here at Lernerville. Everyone giving themselves a little bit of a little bit space out there though. No one's right rear tires next to the outside edge. Lucas Ruark is maybe about a tire length or tire width higher than the number 54 machine of Jonathan Byram. As we have a lap car in the raceway, that's Stephen Brady. He's going to do a very good job of staying down on the bottom side and letting the field go. Dylan Perry started in 3rd place. He's still being shown in 3rd place. Best lap time is up there on your race screen, a 16.210. Last lap times, this time by, what were they? And there it is, Dylan Perry, the quickest car out there on the raceway, is the number 7 machine. As he looks down to the bottom side of Lucas Ruark here in turns 3 and 4, one guy goes flying off the race edge trying to get to pit road. So the top 3 throw a blanket over in the air, goes Ruark for the race lead. What will Byram do? Crossover coming out of turn 2. It's going to be a drag race down the back straightaway. Lucas Ruark did not capture the lead. He lost it, and now yellow flag is going away. I thought he was about to lose another spot to Dylan Perry after that move did not work out for him. But luckily, the yellow flag came out for him. So outside shot of the racetrack, here it is. Completely gone. We're still shy of halfway though. Donnie's being shown red up on the program. What happened to old Donnie here? Driver from the Mid-South, Nathan Reese, parks it right on the front nose. Watch it one more time from the boys up in the chopper mode. These guys never lie. If you want the truth, you go to chopper mode. Nah, you guys make the call on this. I don't know. Pretty tough call in slow-mo. Doing the old fast mode, the old normal mode. Nathan down to the bottom side, turns 1 and 2, slides it right across the front nose. Man, I don't know if he lost a lot of momentum or not, but regardless, Donnie cannot keep it off the back of it. So back to live mode, back to race mode, and we are underway once again here at Lernerville. Lap 27 of 75, 15 minutes and 50 seconds in, and we have a drag race down the backstretch for the race lead. A little bit of swapping of the paint for a slight bit. Ruark trying to stay off of Byram. Jonathan has done a very good job of holding off the pressure of Ruark and as well as Perry. As Perry came into the race a little bit late there. But here comes Blake now with Swindell Speed Labs there on the front hood. Robert Tucker rounding out the top 5. Lucas Ruark all over the back. Nurtbar of the 54 machine just cannot find a way around this driver. Inside the cockpit mode now. Cheating the entry a slight bit and then working himself up there to the right next to the outside cushion. In turns 1 and 2, 3 and 4, enters in a little bit higher than the 54. Green flag still waves. Lap 31 of 75. Nose to tail for the top 2 spot. Almost contact once again. And Jonathan Byram is not falling under the pressure. Blake loses a top 3 for a slight bit. Robert Tucker is still rounding out the top 5. Nathan Reese, after that last caution flag, he's still P6, and caution's going to wave. And Robert Tucker, don't know if he got saved by that yellow flag or if he lost a spot because of the yellow flag. Don't know if he was actually going to go off of the racetrack or not. But yellow flag is back out regardless. Still shy of halfway. Watch the number 11 machine out there to the outside part of the raceway. Boom. And then just could not get that thing turned. Don't know if something in the front end broke or not. It may have, though, because the way he looked in the apex of turns 3 and 4 was not very healthy. That's Donnie right there in front of him. I don't know if Joshua just did not see the guy there behind him or not, but trying to make a left-hand turn and someone was there. Championship points are still up there on your race screen. Dylan Perry, Ethan, Ryan, Cannon, Nathan, Brooks, Bob, and Lucas rounding out the top 8. Top 3 putting on a good show. It's anyone's race for the race lead. The 54 of Byram, though, has led almost, if not all the laps. And what a mess we have back here. Everyone trying to jockey for position. And someone gets turned. Blake gets turned. Some way, somehow, everybody. It's a miracle. Everyone has kept it straight. Outside shot. And now we have braking. Caution is back out for I think the 6th or 7th time now here for the AMA. The restart was a little rough. I did see someone. I don't know if they didn't go or if they were already 3 wide before the start-finish line. But Mr. Bob Klein, number 7 car. Yeah, he hit the grass and just pushed right up the raceway. He does do a barrel roll, lands right back on his wheels, so that was pretty cool. Beard FX Gaming there on that front fender of that number 7 machine. So he'll go into the pit road and he'll get a brand new machine. Do want to watch this green flag though. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They were already side by side coming across the line. Here for the 3rd spot too. This is Blake, the number 5 machine, goes right up in front of Robert Tucker there, side by side, multiple rows deep. Tucker almost goes off the racetrack, and then he gets punted right there. Complete stack up after that. Everybody kept it nice and straight. Great job. Then Bob Klein goes up the racetrack. He gets tapped, and chaos from there. So here we go. Back under racing condition now. Jonathan Byram, Lucas Ruark, Dylan Perry, top 3. These drivers have been sight or nose to tail the entire raceway. Over halfway this time. And you can tell Ruark is trying to put as much pressure as he possibly can on the 54 machine, but the 54 is just not cracking. And this is really not helping out Lucas Ruark whatsoever when these yellow flags are waving. We started with a 20 car race filled. 4 cars, 17th on back is out of this race, and Stephen Brady is in the pits back there in the 16th spot. So only 15 cars are out there on the raceway as of right now. Bob Klein being shown there in the 15th spot, then Dennis Gardner in P14. So now make that 5 cars out of the race. Stephen Brady is now being shown out of this race. They're in the 16th spot. So only 15 cars are left out there out of 20. Best lap time up there on your race screen. Lucas Ruark now has it, a 16.2010. Dylan Perry did have the previous fastest lap time. Nathan Reese has now moved up to the 5th spot, or to the 4th spot now. We'll see what the 73 machine has in store for the top 3. Pace truck going off the raceway this time. The field being left all alone out there in turns 3 and 4. They wheel and deal down turns 1 and 2. Everybody being shown single filed as of right now. Out of turn 4, Byram, Ruark, Perry, top 3 still. Nathan Rees. What does this driver have there in the 4th spot? Here we go. Battle for the race lead. Ruark slip and slide up there to the race lead, but Byram doesn't care. He's going to drag him down the backstretch and in turns 3 and 4. Will Byram be able to slide it right up in front? And they made contact. And the yellow flag is going to wave, and I just knew it. I knew that was going to happen. The yellow flag's going to wave from the 2 guys that have been putting on the best show here tonight. The yellow flag on lap number 40, and we're going to have to redo that all over once again. I thought Byram was clear of him, was sliding on up. And I don't know if Lucas Ruark just kept his foot in the gas pedal or not, but you've got to check up whenever the guy is sliding up there in front of you. It's just the name of the game on the slide job. Regardless, we'll watch the replay and we'll figure it out. Man, that sucks though. Merry Christmas to the new race leader of Dylan Perry. Jonathan Byram, Lucas Ruark, here we go. And you know what mode we got to go to? We got to go to the chopper mode. Chopper mode never lies. I mean, goodness. Goodness. I'll let you guys make the call. We'll go on fast mode here. Crossover by the 54 down the backstretch. Perry's in 3rd. Definitely clear. Just clips him, just get in his back, just got right in his back bumper there. Inside the cockpit mode of Lucas Ruark. One more time. Then back to light mode, back to race mode. Tan gloves for Ruark. Man, don't know if he was trying to thread the needle there to the outside or if he had enough there all the way to the outside. So Dylan Perry being shown our race leader, Nathan Reese, Connor, and then Cannon, and then Gavin Garner, top 5. Those 2 drivers that were involved in the wreck. Of Jonathan Byram is being shown in 13th place, and 15th place is Lucas Ruark, both those drivers in the back part of the raceway now. So Dylan Perry, the guy that already has 3 wins on the race season. Merry Christmas. Got yourself a race lead. Nathan Reese, P2. Connor, third place. Cannon, P4. Early wreck by the number 33 machine. He's already up into the top 5 now and battling it out with the 64 machine of Connor. They move Cannon up to the 3rd spot now. Slip and slide, 3 wide coming out of turn 2. That could have been trouble, and we may be wrecking back here. Everybody running into the back of everybody now. On board, John Derby. Up on board with the race leader, though. Dylan Perry, he has opened up the gap now. A 1.2, a second race lead. Nathan Reese, P2, and then Cannon rounding out the top 3. Yeah, 33 machine. Can he recover from that early crash? He was flipped upside down. Down the backstretch, he's going to look low down on Nathan Reese. Nathan Reese puts that right rear tire next to the outside cushion. He's going to hold it. They make contact. Cannon spins out Nathan Reese, and the yellow flag has gone away. Cannon got to the inside quarter panel on Nathan Reese, and one thing led to another. Nathan Reese went absolutely spinning down the front straightaway there for the 2nd spot, and now Cannon, he's going to be showing the EOL, and he'll be starting in the back part of the race field as along with Nathan Reese. And what a good run that number 73 machine was having. So 30 more laps to go, maybe 31 laps to go next time by. Yeah, absolutely just caught his quarter panel. Most likely didn't mean to. Spun him right on around. Lights on the pace truck's off. Andy has liked to stream. DC Smith, Jacob Jones has liked it. Much appreciated. 30 minutes, 17 seconds into this Mac Daddy show. 30 laps to go. Pace lights are off. We going green flag racing coming out of turn 4. The 7 machine is going to load up that right rear tire, hit the gas pedal, and here we go. Back under green flag here at Lernerville. And the 7 machine absolutely has so much speed in it now. Down the backstretch and in turns 3 and 4. Dylan Perry has his sights sailed with no one in there in front of him. Connor and Carson, now those drivers are going to be showing 2nd and 3rd place. Joshua P4, Blake, after an accident kind of early on, he's being shown rounding out the top 5. Robert Tucker, 6th place. John Darby, 7th. Gavin Gardner, Bob Klein, and Jonathan Byram already up into the top 10. Jonathan Byram, the guy that has most of the laps led here tonight, already cracked the top 10 after that wreck in turns 3 and 4. See if he has enough time to make it up there. Definitely plenty of laps left. Side-by-side racing way up here. Robert Tucker, that's who we're on board with, the number 5R there on a straightening paint scheme. So he works down the bottom side, and he gets contact with Joshua. Robert still trying to work the bottom side part of the raceway. Slip of the grip. He almost slid all the way up. Contact made on the front straightaway. Keep it straight, kids. Some way, somehow, they are going to keep it straight. That guy goes way off the racetrack, though. The green flag is still going to wave. Outside shot of the race field. There's our race leader coming out of turn 2 now. Everybody else way behind him. Dust is absolutely flying, and the sun is setting. Race leader Dylan Perry is absolutely flying out there and does not have a scratch on that dirt late model. CBR Racing, a 2.2 a second race lead. Connor does have Carson Ruark right there behind him, putting on a little bit of pressure for him. But what a good run that Connor's having down the front straight away. See if Ruark can get around him, though. The 64 machine letting it all hang out next to the outside cushion. Inches away from disaster. Into turns 3 and 4. Once again, hangs out right rear tire right on the edge. Mecha Motorsports driver in there in the number 64. Robert Tucker, though, leading the second pack of cars down the back straight away. Has John and Lucas Ruark there in that little group. Yeah, Bob Klein kind of right all by himself. Then Gavin Gardner, P8, Connor, P9, and then Jonathan Byram, P10, as everybody has kind of settled down now here in the 33-minute section of the race. Single filed out next to the outside part. Right when I say everyone's kind of settled it down, the 33 machine Cannon, he's going to tap the quarter panel on the number 18 machine and then go ahead and throw the slide job on him. That's Jonathan Byram there all the way down to the bottom side. So Byram's going to slide it on up, and the 18 machine is not going to hit the brakes whatsoever. That's Gavin Gardner going to run right into the back part of the 54 machine. On board with the number 18 as he's going to try to throw a slide job now. Nathan Reese, he is not clear. He's going to do the crossover, though, and they're going to be side by side. Down the back stretch, 18 machine of Gavin Gardner is now being shown 11th place. Nathan Reese moved him up into the top 10, and Jonathan Byram still trying to make his way up there to the top. And Lucas Ruark has been shown up in the top 5, and the yellow flag is going to wave, and someone spun out right in front of the number 5 machine. Will he get the EOL? Was he part of that? Let's watch it. John Darby right in front of Lucas Ruark. Lucas spins him right on out. So second time the number 7 machine has got, or the number 5 machine has gotten into a yellow flag condition. The first time he had to go start in the very back. This time he is up into the top 5 after coming from the back part of the race of the pack. Being shown up in the top 5, got caused up in another wreck. And will he be able to hold a spot this time? Looks like it. Looks like he will not get the EOL. Or will he? There he goes. He does get the EOL. So after making up all the positions, doing all that work to get up into the top 5, a little bit of contact made, spun someone out. He's going to be shown back in the back part of the race field. Dylan Perry, race leader. Connor to the outside. Carson, 3rd spot. And Robert Tucker, they're in the 4th spot. Green flag back out. Yellow flag back out. Not the longest green flag run there. 36 minutes and 46 seconds in this Mac Daddy show. 14th place on back is out of this race. Started with 20 cars. 6 cars are out of it. Possibly 6 cars. Josh was inside the pits with 10 laps down. I'm going to assume he's out of it. So Dennis Gardner, the last car out there on the tail end of the race field, back in the 13th spot. Nathan Reese, P12. Blake, 11th place. 15 laps to go. Next green flag. Laps are winding down. Time is winding down. Sun is setting. Lernerville Speedway. One more race after this. That's going to be at the Chili Bowl for 125 laps. They're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're in the Expo building, home of the Driller. It's where the Tulsa State Fair is at, too. A little FYI. And that whole fairgrounds department. So Dylan Perry had a monster race lead. Connor and Carson were battling out for second and third place. And you have Bob Klein and Robert Tucker rounding out the top 5. 15 laps to go this time by. Green flag back out as everyone diamond cuts off of turn 4. Only a 13 race field out there now. Connor holding up P2. Then Colson Ruart. They're in this third spot. Second and third place have yet to win a race. Fourth place has not won a race. Fifth place has not won a race. Neither has sixth place. A lot of drivers have not. The next guy to win a race, Dylan Perry's won a race, and the next guy down is all the way back in ninth place of Lucas Ruark. Second through eighth has not won a race yet. Everyone trying to get their first win. They got to track down Mr. Perry, though. On board back here as they go side by side. Bob Klein worked to the outside of him, so he's going to move up to the 4th spot. Cannon and Robert Tucker, they're going to battle it out. They're going to wheel and deal coming out of turn 4. Robert Tucker's going to hold on to the top 5. Cannon P6. Jonathan Byram slowly working his way up front, and oh goodness, you got Lucas Ruark right there behind him. Byram and Ruark, our first two contenders out there on the first halfway point. Contact made. They find themselves 1-2 right now in turns 1 and 2. Jonathan Byram P7, Lucas Ruark there in the 8th spot. Blake 9th and Nathan Reese rounding out the top 10. 9 laps go around Lernerville Speedway. Everybody ripping the lips around turns 3 and 4. No one has went down to the bottom side. No grip whatsoever. And you can see Ruark, he wants to try to thread the needle there to the outside part of the raceway. And you just absolutely know, you just know where to go. The only way to pass is to try to throw the slide job and hopefully it sticks. Gap up there on the race screen, a 1.8 second lead for our race leader. Battle for second place, starting to heat up once again. Carson Ruark went and looked down to the bottom side, I thought, come out of turn 2. Couldn't make nothing happen, though. We've hit the 40-minute and 48-second mark here on the Mac Daddy Show. In the turns 1 and 2 now. Ruark, is he going to wait for the last lap, last corner, to try to throw a monster slide job? With a handful of laps to go, let's go down the grid. Bob Klein, P4. Robert Tucker, he's moved up 10 spots in the Mac Daddy Show. He's being shown up in the top 5. Cannon, P6. You have Jonathan Byram up in the 7th spot. Nathan Reese, P8. John Derby and Blake, they're going to be 9th and 10th. And then Gavin Gardner rounding out the 11th spot. 12th on back is out of this race. 12th on back is out of this race. Only 11 cars are out there on the raceway. So back up front, here's our race leader of Dylan Perry. Out of turn 4. 3 laps to go for this driver. Connor and thought I've seen some action back here. One guy off the raceway. That might have been Robert Tucker. These drivers, Connor and Carson, still 2nd and 3rd. Then you have a good battle back here with Bob Klein and then Cannon. So still a lot of nose-to-tail racing. 2 laps to go around Lernerville Speedway for the race field. Into turns 1 and 2. We're going to keep our eye right here for the rest of the race. 64 machine of Connor. Can he hold off the pressure of Carson Ruark down the backstretch? As they wheel and deal into turns 3 and 4 now. Cannon going to put that right rear tire next to the outside cushion. A white flag is going to wave. What will Ruark do? He's going to follow him in turns 1 and 2. Will he do anything in turns 3 and 4 for the final time? Down the back straightaway. Ruark does not do nothing. Tries to go to the outside. Connor going to lose a grip. He's going to lose second place at Carson Ruark. Bob Klein, 4th place. Everyone else trying to slip on home, race on home. 10 cars are going to make it to the checkered flag. 11th place on back is out of this race. So after 75 laps of very hard racing around Lernerville Speedway, the checkered flag is going to wave for the 4th time for Dylan Perry with CBR Racing. Carson Ruark going to come home in 2nd place, and that should feel like a win for that guy, for how hard he raced. And then Connor, they're in 3rd spot. Carson being shown he moved up 9 spots. Connor moved up 9 spots. Then John Derby back in the 8th spot, the number 26 machine. He moved up 10 spots, so he'll be our hard charger of the A-Main show. We'll jump into the Discord page and see if we can get an interview with the top 3. Final results up there on your race screen. That's how it's going to line up. Dylan Perry, Carson, then Connor, top 3. The guy that's going to finish in 3rd spot is going to be Connor. And Connor, man, very long race out there, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of cautions that really extended it a whole lot. But I was happy with 3rd. I probably could have had 2nd there. I thought he was going to try to slide down the last corner, but didn't quite happen. Got me by a nose.
Very slicked up racetrack, man. Definitely the top line is the way you want to go. That's just a good old classic Lernerville Speedway. But from lap 1 to lap 75, man, did you have to change your driving style any because of the track conditions?
Yeah, a little bit. It definitely got a lot more slick towards the end there. Really had to be easy with the throttle in the corners. Big thing with these cars is it's all momentum. You got to keep your momentum up in order to be fast with them. Man,
you ran 2nd place for a good, about half the race there. And then, man, yeah, just come out of turn 4, man. I thought Ruark was going to try to throw the slide job as well. I know you went down to block and just left a little bit of a gap up there next to the outside wall, and he was able to get around you.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was coming. He kept it up high, and that's the fast line around here. I'm just glad I was able to get up front after I had to go to the back pretty early. I got caught up in a caution, but I was able to drive it back up through.
Very cool, man. Well, congratulations here for the for our 3rd place finish here at Lernerville. You go to the Chili Bowl next. How do you feel about that place?
I think it'll be interesting, especially running as many laps as they got it scheduled for. I guess we'll see how that goes. I can't say I raced there a whole lot, so.
Very cool, man. You got any shout-outs that you like to give?
Yeah, big shout-out to the guys over at Mecca Motorsports. Put a lot of work into these cars and make them as fast as they are. JP Designs for wrapping the car.
Very cool, man. Well, congratulations there on the 3rd place finish, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Connor, that driver's going to finish home in 3rd place with almost got 2nd. But the guy that's going to win this thing is going to be Dylan Perry. And Dylan Perry, man, kind of got a Christmas gift there, man. He was running in 3rd place, running very strong in 3rd place. 2 guys in front of you. They made a little bit of contact, and you found yourself in the race lead.
Yeah, I was running behind them for a little bit, and I saw them. They they started racing each other harder, and I knew sooner or later something would happen. It was just one of those, you didn't know when it was going to happen until it happened, and I just was in the right place at the right time.
After that, man, you absolutely set sailed and did not look back. You had couple of like 3-second leads at some points of the race. You won by a 3.73 gap. A lot of cautions out there. What is your take? Why there were so many cautions?
That track was just tricky. I mean, you mess up and you could have 2 car lengths on a guy, but you mess up and they're right there. So even though we weren't turning blistering fast lap times, just everything happened so quick. So it's hard to judge what's going to happen whenever you never know when the guy in front of you is going to mess up. So it's hard to just judge when that's going to happen.
Yeah, 4th time you have got the checkered flag for the National Dirt Racing Association, man. So congratulations once again, and a very dominating performance here by you, Mr. Dylan Perry. You got any shout-outs that you like to give?
I got to give a shout-out to all the guys over at Chip Bangers. They've, like I say every week, they help me every week to just try to put me in the same position and win races. Andy over at Cool Ray, Dad, just all the guys that help just get me to the track and back. Every one of them's greatly appreciated.
Very cool, man. We'll catch you next week.
That sounds good.
Dylan Perry there in the top spot. Second place finisher doesn't have Discord or something, so we won't get the runner-up interview. Carson Ruark, though, moved up nine spots there in the 05 machine. Pink Panther Express. Last lap pass. Driver out of Georgia. That's going to do it, though, here for Whiskey_TV. A very long show here at Lernerville Speedway. Kind of a messy one, to be honest. But Dylan Perry, top of the charts. Carson Ruark, then Connor, then Bob, Cannon, Nathan, Robert, John, Blake, then Gavin rounding out the top 10. Jonathan Byram, Lucas Ruark, Dennis Gardner, Joshua, Donnie, Steven, Ethan, and then Michael running up the top 18. And then on down the list, the 19th and 20th place finishers is Colson and Matthew. Colson got flipped upside down early on. So that's how everything's going to finish. Next week, they go to Chili Bowl inside the Expo Dome there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We'll see how that 125-lap A-main event all plays out. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never actually had a call a broadcast there. So until next time, everyone, please take care. Stay safe. Enjoy some iRacing. New week starts Monday evening. Get ready. Do some practice laps at those new tracks. I know the asphalt oval stuff, they go to Daytona. So that is going to be a safety rating killer. Till next time, I go back live here tonight at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern for the Nodak Outlaw Sim League, the 410 Sprint Car League. Catch it here on Facebook and or YouTube on Whiskey_TV. Thanks for all the likes and shares and comments. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. Till next time, everyone, take care, and we'll talk to you guys soon.